welcome to Backseat Balance with NCP. I haven't looked at the. I'm Bloodguts, and uh, I'm joined by Reverse and Zodiac. Say hi.
Hello.
Hey,
Alright, so I haven't seen the patch notes, but these fellows have, and they've been telling me about Linux nerfs. Okay. Should I read them myself, or do you want to break the
we're
news?
gonna walk over them, and
You'll
you're
need
just
to
gonna
go
sit
through
there
the
and listen.
motions.
Okay, alright.
Lift up the
I'm sitting
screen
down.
thing.
Alright.
Okay,
Start
you
the
want to
doc.
talk about the new behemoth? The most important part,
No,
biggest
no,
part
no,
of
no.
the patch.
I need to know what happened to my baby.
Well, let's go through them. We'll go through them. Don't worry about it.
You gotta wait for them.
So you played Behemoth in a few
Yes,
games.
I
So
did.
what do you think?
Okay, so they're probably gonna nerf his fissure ability because it's you can melee and hit with the fissure, so you can do 200 damage a punch as long as they don't like
So
run away from you.
that's deep freeze.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember what the ability is called.
Yes, it's
It's
called deep
really
freeze. Low damage ice wave activating after every melee attack. It slows hunter
it's
movement.
uh it's really buggy, and so I think the damage needs to stay where it is because it rarely ever works. It's hard to tell the range when they're on top of something and you're trying to hit them like over the cliff.
Does it
Um,
act like normal fissure, or it just like goes straight up in vertical height?
it looks like it does, yeah, but it has a shorter range. Um, it's hard
I'd
to
hope so.
see. It's hard to see when it's hitting and stuff, because it's on a different plane.
Because if his basic attacks had 50 meters of range like regular Fisher, that'd be a problem.
Right. When it is working though, it is very effective. Like the medic will climb on top of something, and you just keep on autoing and autoing and autoing, and they just don't seem to understand that it's too much damage to out heal, and they just die. Especially like a
Mm.
slim or something. I could imagine that being like super useful. Like the slim's on top of something, you go right under it, and the only way to shoot you is by jumping off. It's like the
Nobody's playing Slim anymore.
well, whatever, Paladin Parnell, something like that. And the ice pillar is like it comes out really slowly. Um, but if you put it like right next to yourself and there's a big cluster of people there, which is I know an unlikely scenario, but you can hit through the pillar and people get a little confused and they take just a lot of damage. The ice spear seems really easy to dodge because I've had some people dodge it, and dodging it is definitely what you should do. You should only really be using jetpack on that and the melees because the melees are really just enough to kill you by themselves, and the ice spear will nail you to the wall, do 500 damage, and then you can get hit by some other ability. Actually, just the lava bomb, whatever it's called.
Does the ice bear have similar lock on to tongue grab?
I can't tell. There's a glitch if you kill them with it, they'll fly towards you like regular tongue grab.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Um,
isn't that better?
I guess if you want the
Oh,
body shooting you, but if you
so
could
the in
knock,
cap.
if you could knock an
Oh,
incapped body super far away, that's way better than anything
I'm
else.
just I'm just waiting for somebody to ice spear somebody, in cap them, and then they fly through Kala's teleporter.
The bad thing is there's no way to combat Tinkerbell because normally you tongue grab, but if you hit them when they're up there, they're gonna fly super high in the air and never come down. And you can't hit
yeah.
with lava bomb unless you're a fucking sniper. And the melee doesn't hit as high vertically, like when they're
I
like
hope
It's called
not.
Killing Frost now. I'll try and make sure to say the right names.
right, killing frost. Um, yeah, the frozen monolith is really cool looking, but it comes out so slowly that like if you don't dodge it, I don't know what happened to you in your life. If you don't realize it's coming, actually, is another thing. Because you can poke someone on top of a pillar with it. It does like 372 damage, maybe,
On the eruption in the center or around
on
the
the
entire
eruption, and
thing?
then it ticks of 22. Oh, I was running with the damage perk, so it's gonna be less than that. But
What do you think of
Do
his
all of
passive?
his. It's
I
passive.
think his passive is the coolest passive ever. The where the fissure comes out of his punches
Oh
is
no, his
That's not
ice
his
shield.
passive.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
I think
has
it's really cool. I think that's really cool too. It's way better like gameplay than the Behemoth one, which is just retarded.
yeah, way more interactable because then you want to like kill the stacks early and then use the high damage abilities once the stacks are gone.
Yeah, or just keep on doing tons of damage the whole time and never stop doing that because why would you stop doing damage?
I
Um,
guess if you have like a high cooldown but like reliable damage dealer, you want to save that.
okay,
Something
so
like
you're saying just Parnell?
Or Torvald.
basically, yeah.
Torvald would empty out with a shotgun after he fired the mortars, and the mortars would hit with little to no DR.
Right, yeah. Um,
Yeah, but that's a good point
the
with
mortars
Parnell
seem
that
to
you want to
clear
save
all your
shoots for the good
stacks though.
players.
Like when you get hit with mortars, it seems to wipe out all your stacks
How long do they? How fast do they regen? Is it like
really fast.
essentially
So
the
like
same
if you're
numbers?
constantly getting shot, it'll tick up from 1 to no stacks and 1 to no stacks while people are fighting you.
Right, okay.
Um, but it's not fast enough. Like if you run behind something and you can get like 4 stacks before they like go over and shoot you. But it forces people to come towards you, so otherwise you get tons of DR and armor and stuff. So I like that. But running behind a wall and having people run at you is exactly your gameplay because you want to do the melees through the wall. It takes a lot of skill to hit those melees through the wall too. Like you kind of really have to like know what you're doing. Because it's hard. I don't know. Like the random jetpack boosts and stuff, I think would really help you survive. But yeah, Tinkerbelling, he has no counterplay. So if you just run Tinkerbell against him, you'll be fine. Because what are
Okay.
you gonna do if they're in the air? Like use tongue grab and shoot them super like a million miles away? It's like, well, that's where they want to be. So shoot the
Alright.
Thank you for
monolith in the
making their
air.
job easier.
You could use the monolith, I guess, to combat Tinkerbell, but I don't know.
Depends
It's
how high it is. Now move on to Halloween crates because the damn got added to arcade. Yeah,
all right.
Halloween crates. So we've got some new skins. Everyone's seen the Jack O' Lantern skin. Uh, it's in amongst the monsters. So I'm not sure what's going on there.
Jack o'
Second to
lantern
last
skin.
one.
Is that what is that Jack o' lantern skin?
Yeah, well, let's have a look. We've got
Oh,
Goliath,
do we have
Kraken,
pictures of
Wraith,
these?
Gorgon, Behemoth.
Yeah.
Maybe is it a Jack O' Lantern Behemoth skin?
Wait, where
Must
are
be
there
Behemoth.
pictures of these skins somewhere?
Yeah, of
Sorry?
course. One of them, and I don't feel like finding it. All right, shall we move on to the next set of balances? The new perks. Do you know about the new perks?
I only looked at one of them. It was the
Monster?
fear leech I saw.
Yeah, that's monster.
200
we'll
armor
start
for
on
10
monster,
seconds. So
and then we'll go down into.
yeah, do these count while you're getting shot? Like, can you regen while
Yeah.
being shot?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
literally
yes.
for 10 seconds. Yep, everything lasts for 10 seconds after you down a hunter.
But if you're getting shot, it
Yes.
still gives you that regen.
Yes.
Yeah, there's nothing there that says unless you get shot. It's 10 seconds of just uninterrupted regeneration of traversal armor or health, depending on which ones you've got.
Hmm. The traversal
So,
seems like pretty cool. I think that's a pretty fair perk.
yeah, that seems fine.
Yeah,
The
sure, why
armor
not?
seems really strong. Getting 2,000 armor back.
How many bars is 2,000?
Uh, it depends. It's a percentage of the monster, so it'll change depending on the monster. It's like
Oh,
impossible
okay.
to tell. But well, let's see. What's a mortar barrage? 6 times 175. Let's see.
Oh. Okay, so essentially every 10 every 10 seconds. Oh no, every second the monster regenerates essentially one mortar strike. Or wait, no,
Yeah, so
two
there's
Parnell
no
rockets. That's an
way.
easy way to look at it. It's
It's
over
not
two
2
Parnell
Parnell. It's
rockets.
3 Parnell rockets now.
Three. Well, it's
Because he
over
does
two. It
80
wouldn't be
damage
quite three,
with
would it?
this.
Depending on if they have damage reduction.
Right.
Yeah, well, it's 80, so you'd be at 160. So you'd need like 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's essentially two
So
and a
there's
half
absolutely
rockets
no
every
way
second.
to outdamage the regen. He just gets that armor back. Right? There's no. You're not getting any
How many
extra health
rockets can
damage.
you fire? So I guess if
You
you're not
fire
using
5.
Super Soldier,
So like if you
that's
super
more
soldier,
regen than a Parnell just firing rockets at you constantly.
yeah.
So that is a reasonable amount.
It's like that's
The
super
health
strong.
regeneration,
The thing is, you have to be able to get someone down. So you're sacrificing like something
Yeah,
for getting all that armor
easier
regen.
downs.
Um,
Easier downs for more effective downs. But when you look at the third tier version of it, the superior or whatever,
I don't
mixing
like
those two together, are you serious?
I don't like that. I don't like monsters getting health back. Can we remove strikes? I don't think so.
Yeah, every bar of health we deal, we get a strike removed.
Can happen.
Every time we break armor.
Yes.
I think that's retarded. I don't like monsters getting health back. I think there's
That's
strikes that
something
you
that
can
should
take
never.
as monster that like don't hurt the like if you kill a trapper with 2 strikes and then run, I don't think that's a worthy trade of getting 1,400 health back. That's fucking nuts.
Think of it this way. How much is the health bar? Each health bar segment is 1,500, right?
1,600, I think.
I think it's
Yeah, right.
16. Yeah.
It's 16, same as hunters.
Yeah.
But that's basically a whole bar of health back for every strike.
If you,
So
As long as you
so
space
even
them,
if you
yeah.
don't wipe the enemy team, you're getting 3 bars of health back
Because like sometimes you trade a bar for
and a
like
half.
you trade like a bar and a half for a strike on like the first dome. Stuff happens or whatever. So now it's just like nothing.
Half a bar health, maybe.
Like if you had both those perks, you get that strike. There's no chase damage. I
And you can
think
keep
the
committing. You don't have to go back.
grave robber is strong. I don't know if it's that overpowered, but it's definitely very strong. Um,
I think the big issue is that these are extremely punishing to pub players.
yeah, no, that's what I like. If you're already getting fucked over, these perks are gonna destroy you.
You just snowball. There's no way to bounce back. Hunters have
And
nothing to bounce
who does this
back.
help the most? This helps Behemoth. This first perk, traversal regen 200%. Like what? You get all 3 of your wraith traversals back. Sweet, dude. I can move like 10 feet. Nice. Like with
I guess
Behemoth,
it's there
you're
to
moving
you can
miles away
just
with that.
it's there that you down a hunter and then you get the reversal regen and you just chase down the next one. So it's kind of like it helps you to quickly switch on targets if you're not running up against a Lazarus or something like that.
I
But
suppose, but
here's the big fucking issue I got is that for monsters, it's all they have to do is get a strike. They have to hurt the hunter's health bar permanently.
yeah.
For hunters, they have to permanently be hurt unless you've got a Lazarus. Lazarus is the one exception. But it's just oh right, you don't even know what the hunter ones do.
Yeah, we'll move on to those.
Let's
So yeah,
see.
hunters are beyond the grave. All allies receive 500 health when you are incapped.
When the owner of the perk is in capped.
What? That's a
Uh,
bronze perk?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
the bronze one. So you
But
just regen was it like 38% of your health
500
instantly? Let me look.
So, I guess if you're playing a las
35% or
comp,
something.
that's like a thing?
Oh yeah, Laz. But who else? What monster? I mean, who's gonna be spreading enough damage like that? Maybe against the Paladin Parnell, but you're going down to heal everyone else 500. That's one Lazarus heal burst in
Yeah,
exchange for you getting a strike.
it's it's a bronze perk, so
So
yeah,
it can stop
whatever.
you, it can stop your team. That's pretty strong for bronze perk. I think it stops your team from getting wiped, right? Like if you're the trapper and you don't have anything else to get, you get
Yeah,
that, and then you
I
get
mean, think about
downed.
it. What are you
Oh,
trading?
good on trappers. But
What are you trading here? You could what could you grab? You could get 3%
damage
movement
reduction,
speed.
health regen, movement speed, swap speed,
Yeah, but none of that
damage
is in high enough
increase.
doses to really be worth picking. Only swap speed is really good on bronze.
Yeah, swap speed
Jump
is
height.
one of the main ones.
I
Jump
hate
height's
jump
like
height.
100%. It's like
Yeah,
it's good
it
with some
helps.
characters, but with most people, it's slightly higher jump.
The thrusters is okay. Thrusters and swap is like the only thing
Yeah,
you can really get.
thrusters are good.
So with
So really,
this,
Uh,
it's you're giving up swap speed or thrusters for this.
I
It's
don't.
really the only
I
way.
think this could only be good in a Paladin Parnell comp when spreading damage is so effective, and I think it could also be good for pubs or like a new player or something, so he doesn't feel so bad when he dies. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
That's a good
that's
point
still a
because
strike you
when
can't get back unless Laz. And it's great with
What
Laz. All the perks are great with
what the
Laz.
fuck is the point of all allies receive 5 seconds of? So I'm just looking at the second one. All allies receive 5 seconds of 40% damage reduction when you're incapped.
Now that sounds bad, but you got to realize this is all allies. I'm going to assume that this includes the player as well because they are
Well, who cares? Because like you're not.
everyone.
How fast do they think people are getting incapped? Like you kill someone, then like well a second later, someone like he switches targets. Like you kill the player, and then you see if you can like hide behind something, and then you go for someone. Like it's 5 seconds
Assuming it
before you're
works on
on
the
someone.
downed player, that is a big deal because that is 40% less bleed out damage for 5
Okay,
seconds.
okay. If
40%
it
less damage. So he can't just camp
okay,
the body. He's got
well, if
to.
it affects yourself, then it's good for a las, sure, but not as good as having your character be able to do things. You know.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Laz. The one exception to all these perks.
Um,
okay,
and
what
then
about 5
holy.
seconds of 300% class cooldown? Does
Okay,
that
if you're
blow you
bucket
away?
and you want one last like mech recharge.
Whoa, whoa. One last. I
What?
mean, that's what, three hill bursts, two or three shield bursts right there alone, and then you get your mechanized back by the end of all that, and then you get the mech again
If you die?
when you are in capped.
Right. Okay, so if you're, I think that's a bucket skill. If like, I think yeah, if you're bucket, if you're bucket in a las comp, go for all this shit because he's
I
gonna
would
try to
also
kill you
run it on the
first.
Kala because
You
that's a
don't
lot of
think that
shields.
you don't think that like getting health regen would be more important in a Kala comp
If you're running a Laz,
if you're running las Kala? Okay. Um, sure. I guess. I don't know.
So
I
this is
guess
just for the. So if someone goes down, you're just going to be able to shield burst pretty much after a little bit after it.
like it's
I
but
would.
this
only
also means that the trapper can throw himself in front of the monster without worry because he goes down. Everybody, you get a whole bunch of shield bursts, heal bursts, Lazarus gloved.
so
What?
Abe and someone in a las comp. I don't. These perks don't seem nearly as good as the monster ones. Like I don't know. I
Oh,
mean,
of
I guess
course they're
some
not.
monsters need perks to kill people, but I guess if you're playing Goliath, you're already pretty overtuned, so you could just kill someone, get a bunch of stuff, kill more people, so you could wipe the team stage one. Like, is that what these are for?
Probably.
Here's an idea. What if for the hunter ones, it was if you've recently taken damage from the monster and you're below, say, like 15% health, then things like that kind of kick in. So it's sort of like it's not you. Because
So
then
like
the
I don't know.
class
That
cooldown
seems like
reduction.
such a risky. It's like, oh, I'm sorry you died. I was trying to let you drop so low that you could maybe heal people. Like,
Ah, no, good
It
point. Yeah, no,
it's
never
there
mind.
to it's there to assist you, not to not to bank on.
Yeah,
You
no,
know
you
if
don't want to put anything like that that kind of forces bad play methods. So no, no, forget that. That's a bad idea.
but this is forcing people to go down to get the benefits. That's even worse if you ask me, because 15%. Oh look, 300% class cooldown, 500, 1,000, 1,500 healing from Laz, and you're back.
I think that the thing is though, it's better to keep them alive than to get that benefit. So I can't really think of a situation where I'd rather have 300% class cooldown and a down
I
teammate than
I
not have the
honestly
300% but a living teammate.
I think
Laz,
it's
I'd say Laz and
okay.
only
These could be
Laz.
used in a las comp. Yeah, I think tier one is good in a Paladin Parnell comp. Tier three could be good in a on like bucket or something in a las comp. But otherwise, I really don't see these as being like
I would stick the
fun.
third one on Trapper for a Laz comp, and the support, of
Okay,
course.
hang on, but before we move on to the next one, what if for Beyond the second one from Beyond 40% damage reduction? When someone goes down, what if everyone just goes absolutely insane and just jumps at the
Super
monster,
Soldier.
get as much damage as you can? So basically, for 5 seconds, the monster can't do anything else because you're just
It's
on his
only forty
face
percent.
punishing him.
It's
It is for
only
it's only
40%.
40%, but that's like
Okay,
with
so
medic healing. If the medic's still up,
so
then that's
it's
a really
in
good
like even
opportunity.
if it was 100% damage reduction, I would still say it's bad because I don't know. Like you know how like Smash works, like melee.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So when someone dies and they respawn, they get invincibility for a couple seconds. That invincibility is a big part of like the gameplay. So like you want to make yourself look vulnerable so that they'll attack you with their invincibility and then overcommit and they'll throw out a move that's punishable as their invincibility ends and then you can do like a ton of damage to punish them for it. So like that invincibility is like almost like a detriment to them. Like they have to be really careful how they use it. And there's certain players that use it better than others. But like unless you're in a really good spot, I don't see 40% damage reduction doing for 5 seconds. I don't see it doing anything.
On a down.
I
On a
think
down
100% damage
specifically.
reduction for 10 seconds would be balanced, and like I'd still think is dumb perk. Like it's the same idea. Like you know how like the dome timer pauses when the monster re-engages now. Like how the game balance is going, it almost seems like hunters should get 100% damage reduction when one person dies, because the monster isn't allowed to get more than one strike in an engagement. Just like hunters aren't allowed to like fight until they get a dome. Like
Mm.
these perks seem more like what they want to do, well, what they would do to like regular hunters without you picking a perk. And the second one is tier two is incredibly weak compared to the other three or the other two. Like
I
40%
can
damage
agree there.
reduction. Like are you getting mashed in the corner with someone else and then they die and then you get to live a little bit longer? Like barely. 40% damage reduction isn't that much. Oh, and the melees don't seem to be getting blocked. Oh no, it's not the melees. Some ability wasn't getting blocked by DR. The assault's DR wasn't blocking one of the abilities. I think it was the tongue spear. The ice spear I
We
don't think
should
is affected by DR.
should move on now.
Sure.
Probably
All
move on
right,
to
hunter
buffs. So,
buffs. Hunter
Amos,
buffs.
Yeah. Okay.
what do you? Because this is like a change kind of moving him towards what basically made Carla playable again, which was the healing buoys not just instantly dying to accidental damage. They still
Okay,
died and
but
accidental damage, but
30
they'll stay alive for a
seconds.
bit longer.
Sure, but 30 seconds. What? I could overcommit to a hunter, kill them, and then go kill the buoy. Like it only takes like 10 seconds to go find and kill the
You
buoy.
mean beacon?
But
There's the buoy
here's
and the
the
beacon.
Oh,
here's the thing. Yeah, this like yeah.
oh, the beacon didn't get the health. It was the buoys.
No. Yeah, just the buoys.
Oh, so the
And
beacon is only usable if the monster leaves. Like it's not for peeling them off of someone anymore.
what do you mean if he leaves? It's 30 seconds.
Oh, so he could leave and come back, is what you're saying.
Yeah. But
He
here's
could
the thing
drop it.
though,
He
right?
can leave, armor up, come back, destroy it, and then proceed to push your shin in.
Okay. I don't even know.
And remember, that's an Emmett buff. Increasing the time from 20 to 30 seconds is a buff, according to them, for Emmett.
I don't.
Yeah, that's that they just nerfed and buffed them in the same thing and had to put under buffs. But look, here's what I want to point out about it. I think this is a good change because what this means is that they're taking power off his dropship beacon, which is the shittest thing to ever exist, and putting it into his other parts of his kit, which is power.
Okay,
There's things there that
but
are
like
usable.
as a
I want to see it.
monster, I don't really think it's so easy to could just 1 second.
Glad you're still transmitting. There we go. The 30
Okay,
seconds, I mean, that's a 50% increase.
yeah,
Like,
but like what I wanna say is that I don't know is Buzz still recording? It's been probably might have
Okay,
muted
I'm back.
himself. All right. What I want to say is, like, if they can take power out, because they've been putting so much power into his beacon, and it's still bad,
what do you mean? You
and that
haven't
means
touched
they have
this
to take
beacon
power away
for
from
the
the
positive.
rest of his kit. So I want them to take it off the beacon and put it into the rest. This is a small movement, but remember they've been doing that with Carla. Carla's shield burst has come up now.
Well,
So
here's
if they can keep doing this, if they can keep removing
but
shit from the beacon
What's he
and putting it
supposed to
into
do
the
now?
fine.
okay. How about
I
this?
like that idea.
How about this? Don't worry about the beacon for respawning teammates. It's only for bringing back Daisy.
Yep, I'm happy.
10 seconds. Give it 10 seconds. I'm down.
Um, I think the I think there should be something given to the beacon if that's going to be what they want to do with it. Like, give it a shorter cooldown, and then the idea be to place it preemptively. So you place it, and then it's like, oh, I can't
Can't
kill
do it.
this guy because he's instantly going to come back.
But you can't place it down unless they're dead already.
Oh, you can't place it preemptively? I thought you could.
No.
They took that away
You can
could,
because
place
but
it
you
when they're
could.
incapacitated, but then it goes on cooldown, and they don't get regen. But they don't unless they actually die. Then the beacon
no,
just
there must have
teleports
been a
nothing.
bug a
They
while
just
ago
tell
because I was playing Emmett and I just put down the beacon without anything going on, and then people were like
somebody has
yelling
to
at
be
me.
dying or dead. The dropship timer has to be counting down as well.
Huh.
Yeah. But if you're bleeding out on the ground and you're not being actively revived, the hold E to revive, it'll respawn them at the beacon. But
Okay.
30 seconds, and you can't preemptively place it because if you could place it and then engage up inside of them or whatever, and the beacon's outside, somebody dies inside, they just get respawned right back. It'd be great, but
Yeah, no, 30 seconds. It should be. It should only show up like 20 seconds. The icon for it being like saying, "Oh, there's a hunter going to respawn," and the monster gets that notification. It shouldn't be 30 seconds afterwards because it's like, okay, I gotta look for the light. There it is, other side of the map. But because I'm a monster, easy. I'm just going to go that way. They need. Yeah, it's a bad move for Beacon, but I think this is what they need to do. They need to basically essentially change Beacon and put that power into the rest of his kit because that's where he'll be strong. If you build him around the idea of respawning your teammates, he'll never be a usable character at any kind of high level.
Did I ever mention about the buoys? As a monster, it's really hard to kill them unless you're like using fire breath.
Yeah,
yeah,
they're
it's
very
just
small,
because of how small they are.
Yeah, because
but
the
they still
melees,
accidentally die to a lot of stuff.
they
And
accidentally
because
die to a lot of stuff. But like if you're trying to break one with melees, it's really hard. Like you have to like aim the
the
camera
problem is
down and
that
like really look.
with, with Sunny's drone, you can fight away from it, but with the buoys, you have to fight essentially inside the buoy. 'Cause
Yeah, a
that's
charge
where
or
it's
rock
effective.
throw will hit it, or a leaf smash. Anything will hit it
Yeah.
from a Goliath.
Why don't they
So
just
180 is
for the
good because
healing buoys? Like, does everything have to have health? Why can't it just be like two hits from anything, right? So you hit it once, it starts sparking and like, whirling or whatever,
yeah,
so you
how
know
does it
it's
work with
damaged.
fire? How does it work with poison? The acid pool and stuff like that. It's yeah.
The increase to health is still low enough that a Goliath can just tag it and forget about it. It's not gonna survive with a little bit of health like Sunny's drone, which no longer does that anymore, by the way.
Yeah, that's two ticks, and then the burn should do fine for regular
Okay,
Goliath. Like
oh,
I,
move on. Cabot,
Nope, it's just
okay,
one.
Cabot.
sure,
Cabot's
sure.
already a good character, and they've buffed him with a pretty nice. Essentially, just like it just makes him feel better. And
Yeah,
the
it's easier to hit.
reduction in the
That's
cooldown is going to be insane because that just makes it so that you
you
can
can use it.
basically wait. Hang on, how long does it last? It's like 18, 15 seconds.
I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So basically, there's only about half a minute. Well, not yeah. It's about I don't know, like 20 seconds where you're not going to have the monster track. So if
So
you can keep
Cabot Gobi, and you'll never lose the monster.
yeah, if you can
Woo!
keep close enough and keep an eye on where the monster goes, you should be able to tag him the entire game because
Okay.
he's
Yeah,
going to have 20 less seconds to try and juke you after the
I
thing
mean,
gets on.
yeah, that feels nice. That's good. Some quality of life increases.
Yeah, and since Cabot's already sort of
And I
fine at
don't
the
think
moment,
there's
I
any
think they're a
monsters
real
that's
issue.
like, the dust tag's coming in. No, I gotta jump out. Although I did do that once, but it didn't work. I
A
got
few
tagged
people might
anyway.
find it annoying because it's just you'll be seeing a lot more. They might increase it to 65 seconds next patch. I could see that probably happening.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's fine. Too.
The projectile speed on the rockets, is that
I like that.
okay?
That that's a slow help. I feel like they need to adjust the numbers on it, make it so that his healing output is the same as it is at the moment because I think it's fair enough when I'm playing his paladin. It's maybe there could be more, maybe there should be less. I'm not really too sure on that. He's playing a bit more, but he just feels so sluggish all the time, and they need to fix that animation bug where if you get knocked even slightly, you don't reload your gun on your screen. It just reloads in the background because that. Even though you're not losing any time, it just feels slow, and you just get more and more frustrated because nothing's happening on your screen. You're just standing there, not shooting. So
I think it reloads.
slight
It's
whether for
reloaded a
numbers.
little slower than it tells you because I know that from like Torvald when it pops up as blue after the animation
Yeah.
gets canceled, it's reloaded just a second before that, just like a tiny little bit before that because I'm like clicking, 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 and then it like I
I'm
swear.
sure it's
Well, it's
a
still
it's a
great.
fundamental flaw in the Cry engine because it's been in the game since beta. They've never been. They specifically said in the post like a year ago that they can't make weapons come into an animation halfway through. It's got to be from the start of the animation. They literally can't do it anywhere at any point. It has to be right at the start. So there's always going to be that bug. They just have to make it so the animations aren't tied to hand movements or things like that. If you're reloading a gun, you can't flail your arms about or something like that. It yeah,
Yeah,
the
sure.
change getting 20 extra speed to it. What's that? That's a 50%
But
increase,
what
I
what
think.
gameplay has really added to you seeing your arms flailing? The monster needs
It's a
to see
feeling.
your arms flailing, but
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying what gameplays add to reloading damage. No.
yeah.
Interesting thing that Hyde, since Hyde's left-handed with his flamethrower, they made it so that when he flails in his third-person animation, he keeps his right hand still, but his left arm flailing. So when you knock him back, he just flamethrowers in a big circle around him because they don't lock his left hand; they lock his right hand.
Yeah, I noticed that.
That's a great bug. But yeah, no, yeah,
All right, so
Paladin
Kyra. Um,
change on.
all right. Well, also with Paladin Parnell, I like that differentiates him from Kyra. He has faster projectiles, even
Mm.
more so than before. Acceleration field 17 meters from 15 meters. Cooldown is down from 5 by 5 seconds. Cool, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's something.
I guess it helps with jetpack boosting because a lot of times you'll jetpack boosts and just go slightly out of range of someone, so
Yeah, that's really
it'll
annoying.
help
Yeah.
keep the team consistently faster. It's not a huge change, but it'll stop you from accidentally leaving someone behind. Um, and 5 seconds off the cooldown is that'll make because a lot of people use it sort of like 10, 15 seconds into a dome. And the average dome lasts, I'd say about 40, 40 seconds maybe, like a dome that's sort of going well for either side. Like the monster gets it down and then loses health and then runs away. That's about 30 seconds or so. So the acceleration field should come up a little bit when they're still in sight. So it might help with chase damage because
Okay.
it'll come up just before the monster gets out of sight maybe.
Um, then there's Battle Cabot. Some nice buffs, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it took me a second to figure that one out. That's just him. That makes it so that if you walk outside of the field, you gain it. Okay, so that's going to increase its usability as a movement speed buff because you can drop it, and then when you walk out, you get an extra second of movement speed for it wears off.
Woo. And then the
Solar
Solar
blast.
Blast.
That's good. I like that. Wait, hang on. Yep, no, that's good. I
Sure.
thought it was the
Yeah.
other way around, but no, that's
Might have
because
to
a large
retime
problem
the.
with that is it's going to mess up people who've like perfectly spaced it so they can use it as a jump.
Yeah,
So they're
that.
going to have
Yeah,
three
that's about
finger
it.
spacing. But
Yeah, I mean that's about it. Kala's getting a little bit better, so she'll be better in our Kala Paladin Parnell comp. It's
any
good.
buff to Kala is
Hooray.
nice. Like that shield.
Uh, Val self heal. She gets
Self
30
heal,
more.
that's actually really good because Val has a weakness of being focused. Until they made Rogue Val used to have the best self healing in the game.
So her recharge is slower. Is that what that says? Or
No, it's faster. It recharges 27 ammunition rather than 20.
okay, so cool.
Yeah. So it
It
basically a
it
full
comes back a second
recharge
and a
is a
half.
second and a half. Yeah, second and a half. That's actually insanely good because now I don't have to worry about running. I
Reload.
never have. But basically, a huge part of Val. I played a lot of Val, so I know a huge part about playing Val is using your heal bursts because you always go past cooldown time. Is knowing how to use the heal burst to recharge your med gun. So you don't just use the heal burst to save the person that you're trying to save. You can, but the main point of the heal burst is to give your med gun time to rest and recharge. So now
Right. Yeah.
getting that extra second and a half off the reload speed, that's absolutely insane. It's because if you wait half a second on the recharge before you start firing, you get like an extra 5 seconds of healing. So waiting just that fraction of a second more before you start healing again is exponentially big of
Yeah.
how much more healing that you can do over the course of the game. So increasing the speed is going to massively buff it. I think that's a bigger buff than they think.
So that's good. That'll help whatever we use Val in. So yay. Then
Yep.
Meteor Goliath
Yep.
gets just itty bitty bits more damage, I guess. Doesn't really seem
Yeah,
to
it's
matter to me. It's not like gonna break my asshole open.
11 extra damage at stage 3.
Woo!
Okay.
Faster traversal regen for Wraith. That's like exactly what he needs. She needs. Whatever. Um. Sure. Yeah. Woo.
Alright, yep. Okay,
And
bucket
then-
nerfs.
Oh. It's a bummer. At least they didn't drop
it
it
sucks.
all the way back to
It was
where it
nice
was.
having bucket back to it.
Now it's not too bad, alright, because 2 patches ago they gave him +2 damage.
Yeah.
And now
so,
this patch
yeah.
they took away 1 damage, so
Yeah,
he's
so-
still stronger.
Okay, and then Electro Griffin. I guess I don't really care.
I don't think
Well,
anybody cares anymore. Nobody plays him.
Yeah, nobody
Yeah.
plays.
The damage in his
Normal
card.
Griffin is just so good.
Yeah, there's no reason to use Electro Griffin, so who cares if he gets nerfed?
After they added 2.5, 3 seconds to his reload. It's like, well, fuck, why not just play regular Griffin?
So they lowered Behemoth's damage over time. Thank God.
Little lava
This is
bomb.
the main point. So I've been reading a few posts and people seem to be hitting on this one. Projectile velocity is a huge issue. They've nerfed it by 20 or so percent.
Yeah, because it goes so fucking fast, you can't dodge it, even if it's this big fat ball. Like unless they're shooting
that's
mortars
a-
from a mile away.
You see him
My-
wind
my-
up, but now he can adjust where he's shooting it now.
Yeah.
So, you know, he
you
can
don't need
just
to
go, oh, they're
speed
gonna
it.
jetpack left. There you go.
Shield drone.
The time to throw it's not changed.
Oh, shield drone used to have some pretty decent health.
It used to.
So shield 650. So what do they want you to beat? through
Same
the
as
shield?
Hank's shield now.
Okay. So what do they want you
No,
to
wait,
beat
no.
through the shield
Same
drone?
as Hank's, or is that?
No, the last one there, that's a buff. That last one there, that means that her shield will activate sooner now.
Okay. Sure.
Now, it's not much. I don't know how much it regens per second, but I mean, anything
it's-
to make that
it's
shield
not a
turn
buff.
on faster.
It's not a buff. It's the drone recharged not a set amount but a percentage each tick. Last I checked. So
Oh, so
since
that's
they
a-
decreased the total amount, yeah,
Ah,
they had
okay,
to scale
yeah.
it down.
But that's
So it
15
takes
and they
10
only nerfed it
seconds.
by... Oh, wait, no.
So it will turn on faster.
No,
So I guess it's
turns
not.
same time.
Okay.
Oh, maybe the... I don't know, well, there's no way to tell because I never tested this beforehand, but...
And even if it does start faster, that's 15 units of shielding faster. What is 15 units of shielding gonna save you?
Why did they?
So they basically took Slim's heal away. He doesn't have a heal burst anymore.
Oh, are you gonna ask why a shotgun does no damage now?
Why did they lower it?
Doesn't have a shotgun,
What
doesn't
happens
have
if a
heal
mammoth
burst.
bird attacks you? I've been playing Slim, get attacked by a mammoth bird, and I have to use like 5 heal bursts to like survive.
Well, now you gotta use 25% more.
Jesus Christ! All right.
That's
they
4 to
nerfed-
3 is a
Why did they nerf
25%
Renegade Abe?
damage
What is
decrease.
what? His damage doesn't even work. Like it doesn't function. The monster like can regen through it. Like as long as someone doesn't shoot them. He needs like a fucking like aid. He needs a chaperone with him in order to do any damage.
7.5 to 5 doesn't sound too bad, but then you gotta remember that it's a 50% damage cut. Well, not straight 50%, but now it'd be a 50% cut.
Well, I only use Renegade Abe. I would only use Renegade Abe in tournament if we were playing against the Behemoth anyway. And
33. It's 33% damage. They lowered his damage increase by 33%.
oh wow.
Alright. So,
Lennox.
let the tears flow.
I
suppose.
haven't scrolled down just yet.
Here we go. Good luck with this. You into it?
Oh,
You
whatever.
He can't. He doesn't. he doesn't wanna
Thunderstrike
talk
was
about it.
always garbage. I always missed it anyway. Whatever. The
Well, now you're not going to miss it, but you might as well just miss it anyway.
480.
It's 2 meters. That's like 20% more range for 20% less damage.
It should have like 20 meters to drop the damage to 480. There's like no. There was already no reason to use it, right? Because you would do more DPS just punching.
Well, it was
So
good, if the monster was trying to run or climbing up something, you could
if the
use that to
monster was
chain.
using Leap Smash and just Leap Smash, and it decided to actually do Leap Smash within the bound, there's stage three Leap Smash. It extends a little bit further than the line it shows you, so you have to know that there's that bug if you're playing Lennox because you need to be farther out of it than it looks like, or else you can break your combo and everything gets fucked over. Like that little bug can fuck over a Lennox so much because you don't know if you're gonna get your combo broken, so you stop punching so you can get back into the combo quicker. But it's garbage.
Also, you went from 1200 damage to 960 damage from a cabbage damage amp. Well, it's actually not right, but it'll be 20% less off the top. But we can just say that for argument's sake, because it'll end up being the same difference.
And they decreased the autocannon.
Yeah, the thing you had to use to fight krakens and gorgons.
Okay, so
What are you supposed to do
Lennox.
against krakens and gorgons now?
Well, you just don't use Lennox. That's
How
the
how are we gonna know he's going gorgon though?
well, you don't use Lennox ever.
We're
You just don't
speaking.
play the character. It's not.
There you go.
It stopped being a character when they destroyed the plasma lance, and then they made the autocannon work. I'm glad they're nerfing the autocannon because hopefully they'll make the character garbage again, and then maybe I can play her at one day. Because even if you put the difficulty all the way to hunter favored in some sort of like laughable, like insane mode, like even if you get all the damage increases in overpowered, it's still not regular Lennox. It's like garbage Lennox. So like, who cares? The Thunderstrike, like who gives like the only reason that like like Thunderstrike doesn't do anything for you besides upsetting the monster. Like it feels bad when they Thunderstrike on your head. That's about it. But
Except for the
Thunderstrike,
times where it doesn't deal any damage
yeah,
when
Thunderstrike
you
does. Well,
Thunderstrike on the
sometimes
head.
it'll deal the damage, but it won't deal the damage for like 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah, it's weird.
By the
Um,
way, I like that Emmett bug fix they got down there.
Hmm.
Wasteland Maggie decreased the
I think
combat trap jaw, burst
I think the
pistol.
nerf to the combat trap jaw is fine. Taking it down, that's fair enough. I've played a lot of it, and Daisy's just shooting all the time. Doesn't have to do anything else. It's a lot of damage. But I don't know if the pistol really needed the nerf.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
played a game
reasonable
as
nerf.
Wraith, like before they did the patch, just in case they destroyed her. And I played against Wasteland Maggie, and that Daisy, motherfucker, does a
But you
lot of
gotta
damage.
remember, Daisy doesn't come back when you kill her.
Yeah. So it's just yeah. I mean, see, there's so many fucking bugs with Linux that like affect you so much. Like, why don't they fix those instead of nerfing the shit out of her? Like, I guess okay, maybe this is like the precursors to a plasma lance buff that'll make her usable. Maybe not. Like, I really hate what they did to Linux. It's like my biggest like gripe with this fucking game. Meteor Glass name and co-op will no longer be in debug text. Okay.
There's nothing really that interesting there.
Except the
It's just
Emmett one.
AI fixes, and the Emmet will no longer stare manically and will break hunters out of
Maniacally.
traps
Yeah.
maniacally. Oh, okay. Yeah. So like yeah, that's it's just funny words.
He won't
Um,
watch the world burn anymore.
Slim's drone. Oh, that what they call the bug?
yeah. I guess the only thing there is that dam got updated. I'm gonna quickly jump in now and see if they fixed the bug that I found. I posted it a week ago and I got no responses, so I want to see if it's still there.
Well, those bug
I just,
fixes.
you
That's
know, they said that medics are underpowered. So what do? They give Emmett 90 more healing on his heal burst. Give some minor quality of
there's
life shit to
also
the other medic.
he added something about the poison claws.
Oh yes, down the bottom, the that's a
Oh
huge.
yeah, those were
I think
hit.
I'm pretty sure. I'm
Yeah, I
pretty sure
noticed
that
it
they
earlier.
added that in after because they didn't want chat. They didn't want the forum post where discussion happens to be just filled with people hating on that change. They wanted to start it off nice, and then slowly lead into everyone complaining about
Oh,
monsters
I don't know.
losing
That was a
almost
pretty
all
cool
the damage
perk,
on
but
poison.
now it's like so low damage, you might as well not use it.
but it's free unavoidable damage. That's the big issue.
That's why it's coming down so much. I don't know if I agree with it myself. I don't play monster, and I feel like that's a reasonably sized nerf.
It's been nerfed a lot.
the thing is when you take that, you reduce medic healing per second effectively. As long as you keep a melee refresh, that's you're chunking out 25 health per second from a medic's healing. That's
Right,
25% of Val's healing.
but it's not always the best idea to use the melees. Like, you want to use one melee, but then you need to use abilities because you need the higher
But you got
DPS.
4 seconds to use another ability or use another melee to reset it. It's plenty of time.
Oh, they increased the duration?
It was 4 seconds, wasn't it, or is it three?
No, they
Either way,
increased
it's
it
still
to
plenty of
4
time.
seconds. Okay, so it's doing more damage now?
Same
Theoretically?
amount over a larger period of time.
Well, it was dealing 15 damage, now it's dealing 12, but it's dealing for an extra second, so it's an extra 12 damage.
Assuming you only refresh it at, the perfect timing, it's the same damage, but it is a
No, 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 no,
short-term
no.
nerf because it's less upfront.
Because it was 15 damage over for each second for 3 seconds. That was it 45 damage? And now it's 12 for 4 seconds. So that's too much math. Uh, 40, wait, 48.
36,
Yeah.
48, yeah, 36, 48.
Right.
I don't know.
You want to
Did
call it
they
there?
add that extra second?
I feel like we're just having discussions now. Do you want to just call it for that now? Some good talks.
Sure.
Yeah, that's. I've got nothing to say other than what are they doing with the balance? I mean, some of it makes sense, but some of it doesn't.
Well, that's our job. Backseat balance with NCP. All right. Thanks for listening, imaginary listeners.